Hi everyone, my name is Catherine Carley. I'm a student immigration advisor at Queen's University. I work in international student support and I'm going to give you some information about preparing for your student visa application outside the UK. So today I'm going to talk about the steps that you need to take to make your student visa application outside the UK, the documents you will need to prepare, and the money that you will need to prepare, and that's the financial requirement. So during the presentation, I may mention UKVI. UKVI is UK Visas and Immigration, and this is the government department which is responsible for visas and immigration matters, and you will submit your visa application to UKVI and UKVI will decide the outcome of your application. So I'm from International Student Support, ISS, and we have a team of immigration advisors who can provide you with professional advice about your visa. And this includes when you are applying for your student visa to come to the UK, and then we will also assist you during your studies when you arrive in the UK. So if you have any visa questions before you come to the UK, we can help you, and after you come to the UK, we can also help you. You can find further information and guidance on our website. And if you have a visa question, you can email us at immigration@qub.ac.uk. And it's important to say that we are the only staff in the university who can advise you about your visa accurately. So no other team in the university is able to provide you with visa advice. So please, if you have a question, please do contact us and we will help you. So these are the first steps to making your student visa application outside the UK. You must receive and accept your unconditional offer. That's the first step. So after you take your exams, after you get your results, you will receive an unconditional offer from the Into progression team, and you will receive this offer in June. And you must make sure that you reply to any correspondence from the Into progression team and make sure that you accept your unconditional offer. After that, the unconditional offers are processed by the Queen's admissions team. So this is a different team in the university, and they will confirm your offer and issue your unconditional offer letter. And after that, all of this information comes to ISS, and we can then start preparing your CAS. So the second step in the process, after you have accepted your unconditional offer, you will then receive your CAS statement. So what is a CAS statement? So this is an electronic document which will include your unique CAS number and other important information that you are going to need when you fill in your visa application. And this includes the details of your course, and it will include the start date of your course in the UK. And when you apply for your visa, you must include your CAS number. So you cannot apply for your visa until you have received your CAS statement. And you will receive your CAS statement by email from ISS. So start checking your Queen's emails from July onwards. This is important to note. The earliest that you will receive your CAS is July onwards. And the reason for this is that there are several processes that need to happen after you have accepted your unconditional offer before we can issue your CAS. So start checking your emails from July onwards. The next steps in the process are you need to check information about your local visa application centre. So this is the visa application centre in your country where you will submit your visa application, and you can click on the link to find your particular visa application centre in your country. And it's really important, especially in the current COVID-19 pandemic, to check up-to-date and current information about your local visa application centre, because opening times and processing times may vary depending which country you are in, and also the situation of the pandemic is changing and evolving all the time. So you need to check the information in place at the time when you will be applying for your visa outside the UK. You also need to start preparing your necessary documents, and I'm going to talk about those in a moment. And you can start preparing your documents before you receive your CAS. You can start checking information about your local visa application centre before you receive your CAS. So these steps you can start preparing as soon as possible once you're outside the UK. So this is a document checklist, and this list includes some documents that may be applicable for you, but also some documents may not be applicable for you. So it's important to check which documents are applicable. So the first document is your CAS statement. You must have your CAS statement in order to apply for your visa. You must have a current valid passport. So you must have evidence of the academic qualifications which will be listed on your CAS. So this will be your academic certificate or transcript that has been used to issue your offer for your new course. For Into students, this will be your Into certificate or transcript from the current course that you are studying. You will need to prepare evidence of English language qualification, but only if this is listed on your CAS. So for a lot of students, this will not be applicable because you will be progressing to a degree level course at Queen's. So if you are progressing to a degree level course at Queen's, evidence of English language qualification will not be required. And this will be stated on your CAS in the English language section, so check it carefully. You will need to prepare evidence that you can meet the financial requirement, and that's your financial document. And I'll talk a little bit more about your financial document in a later slide. You will need to prepare official certified translations of any documents that are not in English. Again, I will talk about this in a later slide and tell you exactly what you need to state on your translations. You may need evidence of a clear TB tuberculosis test, but this is only applicable for certain nationalities. And again, I will talk about this a little bit more in a later slide. If you are under 18, when you are submitting your application, you will also need to provide a parental letter of consent, so a letter signed by both your parents giving permission for you to travel to the UK and study in the UK, and you will also need to provide your birth certificate as evidence of the relationship between you and your parents. And some of you may need to provide an ATAS certificate. This is only applicable for certain courses, and I will talk about this a little bit more in a later slide. So the tuberculosis or TB medical test. If you're coming to study in the UK for more than 6 months, you may need to provide evidence of a TB medical test. And here is a list of countries where you would need a TB test to enter the UK. And if you click on the link, you will find a list of countries, And also the next link is the UKVI website, where you can find more information about this requirement. If you have been outside the UK for less than 6 months, you should not need to do another TB test. So some students may have left the UK because of the pandemic, and you may have been outside the UK for less than 6 months. You shouldn't need to do another TB test. However, if you're not sure, you can email us at immigration@qub.ac.uk for further advice. Some of you may need to provide an ATAS certificate. This is the Academic Technology Approval Scheme, and it's only required for certain courses in certain subjects, so some science, engineering or medicine courses. If this is applicable to you, it will be stated on your CAS. You can also check your conditional offer letter from admissions. It should also be stated on your conditional offer letter that you already have, if this is a requirement for you. If you need to provide this certificate, you can apply online at this link, and the application is free, and you're advised to apply as soon as possible. Applications take a minimum of 20 working days or 4 weeks to be processed, but in the current pandemic, these processing times may take longer. So you can apply as soon as possible. You can apply before you have received your unconditional offer. You must have your ATAS certificate before you can submit your student visa application. So the sooner you can apply, the better. So this is the information that needs to appear on your English translations. If you have any documents which are not in English that you need to provide to UKVI, you must provide certified English translations. They must include all of these details, and that's very important. So confirmation that it is an accurate translation of the original document, details of the translator's qualifications, the translator or translation company's contact details. It must state the date of the translation and also the full name and original signature of the translation, or you can have an official stamp of the company, which is then signed by the translator. So I'm going to tell you about the differential evidence requirement. And this applies to nationals of certain countries, so it may be applicable for some students, and it means that you are subject to different documentary requirements. It means that you do not submit evidence of your qualifications or finances to UKVI. However, you must make sure that you still have these documents in place, as UKVI may carry out checks. They may contact you after you submit your application to request these documents. If you are contacted and asked for these documents and you cannot provide them, your visa application will be refused. So this is your qualification documents, so your academic transcript or certificate, and also your financial document. So you still need to prepare your financial document, you still need to prepare your funds and have this in place, but you will not need to submit the documents at the point of submitting your application. You can check the list of countries and nationalities at this link. If your nationality appears on this list, you will not need to submit this evidence at the point of submitting your application, but please make sure that you have these documents in place in case they are requested later. So this is the UKVI financial requirement, and this is the funds that you need to prepare to cover the maintenance requirement, which is living costs, and also tuition fees. So for the maintenance requirement, you are required to maintain £1,023 for each month of your course, up to a maximum of 9 months. So if you're studying a course which lasts for 9 months or more, you will need to show 9 months of living costs. That's £9,207. If you, for example, are studying on a master's course, which is 1 year long, you will be required to show £9,207. If you are progressing to an undergraduate course which lasts for 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, the maximum that you will need to show is £9,207. And you will also need to have enough money to cover tuition fees. These will be stated on your CAS statement and also your unconditional offer letter. And this is the tuition fees for the first year of your course. If you pay any of your fees or all of your fees before your visa application, you can deduct this amount from the total amount of money that you need to prepare and the total amount of money that you need to show in your financial document. And we've just provided an example here for you, and just make sure you remember that this is just an example. You will need to do your own calculation based on your particular tuition fees and what you have already paid. So here are some examples of the financial documents that you can provide. You can provide a personal bank statement or certificate of deposit in your name, or you can provide a personal bank statement or certificate of deposit in your mother or father's name. And this document must clearly show that the money that you have in your account has been maintained in the account for at least 28 consecutive days up to the date of the closing balance. So you need to think about lodging or depositing money into your account with enough time for you to maintain it for 28 days before you submit your visa application. Also, your document must not be more than 1 month old when you submit your visa application. So you can't provide an old financial document. It must be less than 1 month old when you submit your visa application. So think about depositing your funds as soon as possible. If you're providing a bank statement or certificate of deposit in your mother or father's name, you must also be able to provide your birth certificate and a signed letter of consent from the account holder, from your mother or father. You can provide a letter from a loan company, a financial institution, confirming a loan, but you must make sure that it's from your government, from a government-sponsored student loan company, or it must be part of an academic or educational loan scheme, and this must be clearly stated on the letter. And if you are financially sponsored, you can provide a letter confirming the financial sponsorship from your government, from the British Council, or an international organisation or international company. If it's an international organisation or company, it must clearly be an international company with a presence in more than one country. So make sure you read the requirements in the UKVI guidance before you use a letter from an international company. And we've provided some links which will give you the UKVI guidance in full, and it's really important that you read the guidance before you prepare your financial document. So after you have completed all of these steps and you have your CAS statement and you have prepared your documents and you have maintained your funds for 28 days, you can go ahead and apply online, and you can find the link here to apply. You will apply for your visa, submit the required documents, and you will attend a biometric appointment at your local visa application centre. So how much does your visa application cost? You will pay 2 fees. You will pay the student visa application fee, and it's currently £348 or the equivalent in your local currency. And UKVI is service standard is approximately 3 weeks from the date of your biometrics appointment to receive the outcome of your application. So that is the standard processing time. However, it's important to remember that we are currently in the middle of a global pandemic, and visa processing times may take longer outside the UK, and this may vary depending on which country you are submitting your application in. If you want to get a faster decision, priority services may be available, and these will be more expensive, but again, you need to check your local visa application centre for information about these services and their processing times. And this information is changing and evolving all the time due to the pandemic. You will also have to pay the immigration health surcharge fee, and this is the fee which allows you access to the UK Health Service when you arrive in the UK. Currently, the fee is £470 per year, and that means for every year of your visa. So if you are applying to study an undergraduate course, which is 3 years long, you will have to pay £470 times 3 years. You can check at this link. There's some information about how much you need to pay, and you can also use the IHS calculator at that website to find out how much you will have to pay. So the final step in the process, after you have applied for your visa, you will receive hopefully a successful application, and your visa will be granted, and you will receive a 90-day entry clearance vignette in your passport. So this is a visa sticker inside your passport, and this 90-day vignette enables you to travel to the UK, and you must travel to the UK within the period of the 90 days. You cannot travel after the 90-day period or before the 90-day period. And once you travel to the UK and arrive in the UK, you will then collect your BRP card, that's your biometric residence permit, and this will be your full visa for the duration of your studies. So thank you for listening to the presentation. You can find further information at these websites. We have the International Student Support website, ISS website, and we have a very useful page on applying for your student visa from outside the UK. You can also check the UKVI guidance. There's a couple of links here, and also UKISA, the UK Council for International Student Affairs, is a really useful website for international students, and they also have information about applying for your visa outside the UK. And again, if you have a visa question, you can email ISS at immigration@qub.ac.uk. Thanks very much. Thank you for listening.